Yes, sir. It's about that time, y'all. Light it up if you got it. And just vibe. Just get ready, man. Just get ready to open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. You asked for it. What it was, y'all. Y'all already know who it is. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge of Self. And this right here, this ain't shit but a little cosmic insight, y'all. And shit's gonna get deep, man. But it's Friday. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put y'all up on game on a little bit what I'm smoking. First of all, you know, today's episode is gonna be brought to y'all by me, brother. It's sponsored by those folks at the Green Dragon. Oh, and also at the Higher Grade Dispensary in downtown Denver, man. Hey, live, the best, in my opinion, anyway. And so, first of all, this right here I'm smoking on, this is a pre-roll called The Sauce. And it's saucy. Second, you know what I'm saying? I got a little something rolled up somewhere. Right here. Of a little something called Sex Grenade. You know what I'm saying? You can get that at the Green Dragon. You know what I'm saying? And then, what else we got? Oh, you know, if I wasn't dripping enough, you know what I'm saying? You can fuck with the Mac. You know what I'm saying? Some straight fire. We're not even done yet. Hold up. I got a little something rolled up. I said straight fire a while ago, but this is actual. I don't know if y'all can be able to see that. Straight fire. You know what I'm saying? This is a pre-roll. Straight fire. You know what I'm saying? You buy that at the store. Legally. What else we got? I got a little pre-roll. Another little pre-roll right here. Of some. Whew. This is GG4. You know what I'm saying? And this is a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? We not finished yet. In here, you know what I'm saying? This little beautiful thing, I don't want to get myself in no trouble, but if you look in there, you know, we nugged up in there. This right here, this white rhino. One of my personal favorites for decades. And what else we got? What else we got? We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. Reggie say you got racks on racks on racks. I got that, but I also got sacks on sacks on sacks. You know what I'm saying? And this right here, this is a little some of that orange Skittles. Delicious. Hey, man. Shout out to Uncle Fernando, man. Fernando Prodhome, man. If y'all fuck with astrology, man, go check out his channel, man, because, hey, he the truth too, man. He gonna take it deep and take it in, man. He's an inspiration to me. And, you know, much love, man. And if he ever sees this, man, what's up, Uncle Fernando, man? Anyway, what else we got? We got a little bit of purple marmalade. Now, my favorite out of the whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? Because I do love purple. Purple is my favorite color if y'all ain't picked up on it. You know what I'm saying? What else we got? And lastly, but definitely not least, because this right here, you got to eat a Tic Tac after this, man, because there's a little something called, I don't know if y'all can see that. And it is legal, like I said, yuck mouth. You know what I'm saying? And these right here come from the higher grade dispensary or store, whatever you want to call it, okay? So, anyway, back to the other shit, you know what I'm saying? I was just putting y'all up on a little Friday. Yeah. If y'all can't pick up, man, I'll be smoking like a motherfucker. Might have to do with my Pisces moon, man. But speaking of which, we're going to talk about the black moon. And today, I'm going to tell y'all a little something about those people that have a black moon, Lilith, and Pisces in the natal chart. And, hey, yeah, y'all asked for it, so I'm going to give it to you. But don't get in your feelings when I don't tell you something that you like hearing about yourself, okay? We're going to get to that in a minute, though. Because first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring y'all a little bit of the mythology behind it and a little bit of the history and the energy that comes along with Lilith, man. Then after that, I'm going to give y'all a little quick rundown and, you know, review on what the sign of Pisces is kind of all about. Then after that, you know, we're going to bring it to a culmination. So, we ain't got no time to waste, y'all. Let's go ahead and get it cracking, okay? And so, first of all, you know, Lilith comes to us through Judaic or Jewish mythology. And the story behind it is the oldest story ever told, because Lilith is the first woman. She was created alongside Adam at the same time. And I say that with much emphasis. Lilith and Adam were created together equally, male and female, okay? So there is no dominant or submissive when it comes to the genders. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody ever thinks that, you know, something feminine or female is beneath you, then you got things sadly mistaken. Okay. Because this finna let you know, okay? They were created together equally. And all was good in the hood and everything, man, in the Garden of Eden or wherever it was that they were, until it got time to consummate the relationship, until it got time to get nasty. And when the time came for that, you know what I'm saying? Adam tells Lilith, lay down so I may lay on top of you. And you got to understand that this ain't Eve. And Lilith ain't submissive. And she wasn't feeling that right off the rip. So she say, no, you lay down, motherfucker, so I can lay down on top of you. And we all know Adam, he wasn't having that. And so it was a great calamity. And eventually the angel of the Lord or God, whichever one who's telling the story, comes down to sort it out. And immediately God sides with Adam. And Lilith feels disrespected. She's dejected. She still ain't having it. So she dips out to become, you know, many different things in many different mythologies. Some would say that she's the the demon that steals babies and seduces men to their demise. Some would say that she's, Satan's wife himself. Some would say she's the mother of all demons. But, I think that that's ignorant. I think that when we're talking about Lilith, this is strong, feminine. It could be manipulative, sexual, independent, fierce energy. You feel me? And if you don't understand that, you probably wouldn't, man. And so that's what Lilith has to go on. And so Adam is back home and he's lonely, poor little old tink tink. And, he asked or prays for, some relief. And then so the Lord put him in a stupor, took one of his ribs and created Eve, who is of Adam and made to be submissive to Adam. You understand? And so there's the difference right there. Eve is of Adam and was created for Adam. You understand? That's it. Eve. Not women. Eve. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. And so when we go on past that, you know what I'm saying? When we're talking about astrology, in each person's chart, there's an indicator of what they would say is dark karma or, shadow energy. And this is kind of where Lilith becomes a factor. And, Lilith, like the nose, is not an actual celestial body, but it represents a certain point or aberration in the chart. And, it could represent where certain provocations, where certain temptations, turn-ons, trials, fears, and all kinds of, more of the darker things await a person. And it can represent, like I said, the darker or the shadow side of our personality, man, as well as the type of energy that could also put us, in nervousness or great states of trepidation. And it also definitely manifests really differently in male and female, because a lot of males, they don't accept their femininity. They think that, having feminine energy makes them weak or makes them homosexual. But feminine energy has nothing to do with your sexuality. And sexuality and even gender, period. That's some earth shit. And right here, us, we concerned with the soul. Okay? So we really don't care what you got going on. You have to understand that, hey man, you got feminine and masculine energy with you, man. And a lot of females need to realize that as well. You know what I'm saying? That just because they got a little masculine energy don't mean they got to have some cornrows and they skinnies on, you know what I'm saying, out there trying to play football or whatever. And if you want to do that, that's your right. I'm just saying, man, like, it doesn't matter, man. Like, you have all this energy in you. You have feminine and masculine energy within you, man. And a lot of the darker side of this thing, and a lot of way that this stuff manifests bad, is because you don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, guys, stop acting like a bitch. I'm just playing. But I'm not. Anyway, back to the real shit. Back to the regular scheduled programming. Before I go off on another rant. But look, man. So, there's also a lot of times where Lilith is a lot more strongest, and that's in years of multiple of 9. And I'm not saying years of 1909 and 1918 and, 1927, 1936 and all that, 1945. Yeah, I know math. But I'm talking about years and multiples of 9 after the birth of a person, because it takes 9 years to, for you to have a Lilith return. And it's at that time that like a lot of fateful events could occur, or you just might start getting yourself into a lot of trouble because it's trying to make you be aware of that shadow side. So maybe there's some things you need to work on, or some fears you need to address, or some things that, you need to do to make some betterment of yourself, man. And that'll start like 5 months before and 5 months after that Lilith return. And, nothing might happen. It just depends, man. Really, like I said, with all of this, it's on what you do. But at the same time, I'm not about predictions, okay? I'm about character development. You know what I'm saying? I'm about self-awareness. So that's what we talk about. Lilith is, it's the darker, more sexual, feminine side of you, man. And if you don't know what that means, man, then you just don't know what it means, man. Okay? And if you can't handle it, then it's going to get you in trouble. But if you can manifest it in a positive way, it's extremely powerful. And, great tool to use sometimes. And so take it from somebody that has Lilith in 8th house, Gemini. And look where we at talking right now. Anyway, so let's talk about the sign of Pisces, man. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. It rules over the 12th house. Its symbol is the 2 fishes. It's co-ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, and it rules over the feet and liver. And its mantra for me is, I believe. Yeah. And what we have here is mutable water, y'all. And the main thing that you got to remember with Pisces, and wherever Pisces is involved, is that, this is the 12th sign of the zodiac, and it's the final sign of the zodiac. And with that being said, it could really embody any of the characteristics of any of the 11 signs that come before it, man. And that could take on their problems and their strengths. So just understand that Pisces is a lot, man. And, Pisces kind of likes to keep that on the hush, man. They like to keep that on the hush. This energy is kind of selfless and spiritual and much more focused on the inner journey. And this energy is also really all about, what we're really feeling internally, as well as, taking on the feelings of others. And intuition is highly evolved here with Pisces energy. And Pisces is the sign of dreams and fantasies and the spiritual realm. And, like I always tell people, wherever Pisces is in the chart, that's going to give you a main line to the divine. For real. Even here. And just remember that this energy, it's hard to pin down. It's quite slippery with these fishes, man. And so, when we talk about Lilith and Pisces, let me preface it once again by saying that, Pisces can embody any and all the characteristics of all the other signs. So there really is infinite ways that this could play out, man. But what I've seen most and what I feel the most about it is an individual who can, really be extremely sensitive and can become, deeply hurt very easily when facing any kind of shame, ridicule, or rejection. And on top of that, as with any prominent Pisces placements, they take on everything from their fucking environment, man. And that's from the people around them and just the energy too, man. And it's so damn much that at the very least, with Lilith here, they decide to defend against the bullshit by completely fucking isolating themselves and, dipping off to some complex fantasy that they fucking, created as kind of a haven. And in the worst case, it's going to manifest in addictive personality tendencies with all the fucking usual suspects of, drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex, toxic ass codependent entanglements. You know what I'm saying? And it just really don't stop. You just go and go and go with all kinds of crazy shit. And these are the type of people that kind of get a kick out of being a martyr. You know what I'm saying? They know how to play victim and sometimes can even project this role onto themselves. Like they're going to put themselves in situations where motherfuckers they know damn well they ain't got no business fucking with. And it don't make no sense, but not a lot about Pisces energy does. Take it from me. Take it from me, man. And, another big thing with this is their empathy playing out through a shadow. You know what I'm saying? And they have a really hard time sorting out whose feelings are whose a lot of the times. And they find themselves upset when they don't have shit to trip about. You know what I'm saying? And shit gets real confusing, man. You know what I'm saying? They might get turned on just because you turned on. Like, just like that, man. And when they feel it, they know how to play on it. They know how to play on it. Like, this is Lilith we're talking about, man. So understand with Lilith, like, ain't nobody a victim. Ain't nobody a victim. Okay? And, when the shit does get confusing for them, you know what I'm saying? And instead of dealing with it, this is what's going to happen with Lilith and Pisces. Instead of dealing with it, they kind of just prefer to check out instead, you know what I'm saying? Into whatever their preferred method of escape may be. And yeah, we going there because they're going to say, it ain't that. I don't even have this. It's something that you do. And you could just be escaping into your mind, or you just might never want to be present. You know what I'm saying? When you cross somebody with Lilith and Pisces, let me tell you this, I'm going to be honest, like there's no telling what reaction you'll get because like I said, it can body any of the other 11 signs. But, more often than not, they're just going to get the fuck away from you. And you know what I'm saying? And then, go out by themselves and fantasize about fucking you up. And you know what I'm saying? You have to understand that these are extremely spiritually in tune people, man. So you might end up facing powers from beyond this realm. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with them, man. You might be fucking with something coming from beyond this plane because they got it like that. Like I said, Pisces is a main line to the divine, man. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? They might just go off and get fucked up and regret not whooping your ass or killing you at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing, man. And their biggest danger to them is their motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't scared of much, man. Not except spirits and things from the other side, man. Things that they know are there and they can feel that other people, can't really deal with. You know what I'm saying? And also, people like them, you know what I'm saying? Mysterious, manipulative motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying, you can't ever see coming. They're like that, and the people that they need to watch out for are like that, man. People with spiritual gifts that can, you know what I'm saying, come for you in your motherfucking dreams. You know what I'm saying? Spellcasters. That's what you gotta be worried about. And when it comes to what puts them in, nervousness and great states of trepidation, it's having to be present and deal with real life bullshit because they take on everybody else's bullshit and they're so compassionate by nature that they're gonna help, man. And then now they got to deal with everything you left on top of them after you good. Like now all the negativity that you projected on them is stuck with them. And it's crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Is what makes you fucks with them is being around overbearing people and intense situations, and it's being stuck somewhere without a viable escape route. Like that'll fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? It's being alone to deal with everybody else's fucking bullshit and their own too. It's being lied to and used, you know what I'm saying? All that and so much more just kind of like weighs on their soul, man. And with that being so, you know what I'm saying? These folks are so fucking secretive, you know what I'm saying? They're psychic, but they keep it to their motherfucking selves. Yeah. They have spiritual experiences that fucking scare the shit out of them, but they don't talk to nobody about it. So, you know what I'm saying? They kind of turn to drugs or fucking sex. Because these is freaks. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? They might not have the highest sex drive, or that might not be the most important thing to them. But they know their power. Understand? They ain't nobody's victim. And, they're ashamed of that too when they have to turn to drugs, sex, alcohol. You know what I'm saying? And so they hide it too. And these are the people that hide it well. And they hide from themselves. And they try to hide from the pain until they realize that most of the pain that they're feeling, pardon me, it ain't even their pain. It ain't even their pain. This one's a trip. Y'all asked for it, I'm giving it to you. And when it comes to, to the sexual, these folks offer an experience that is deep in feelings and spiritual in nature and ultimately ethereal. And they're in the business of fulfilling fantasies, man. And they see sex as a chance to touch the spirit realm while, still in body. This is the ultimate escape. So Sex addiction is definitely a real risk. So much so that they might not want to fuck with it because they know what it could do to them if they go off that deep end. And with Neptune's influence, you know what I'm saying, I could also see where it can manifest in certain motherfuckers having pornography addictions and, you know what I'm saying, going to strip clubs, you know what I'm saying? And Pisces is also all about illusion. So there could definitely be some sort of smoke and mirrors going on with them, man, in this department. Like these motherfuckers, you're the ones that like whatever they showed you isn't who they are. They like that type of thing. Like that type of thing goes into it all with them sexually. You know what I'm saying? I could also see that they could have a lot of entanglements and confusion because they're able to love more than one person. Like this is something they're able to do and probably unconditionally. And, you know, not being trying to hurt nobody's feelings, you know what I'm saying? They don't do shit about the situation. And shit just gets deeper and deeper and deeper, man. And, you know, when we talk about the highest manifestation of this, man, you're just going to see somebody who decides to be present and just deal with the real world, man, without destroying themselves in attempts to dip out, man. But either way, just remember, just because you build like that, it don't mean you have to build like that, y'all. You don't have to feed into the negativity. You don't have to let nothing fucking, you know, have any power over you. We all have all this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, if you know anything about the game, it ain't about what you do. It's about how you do it, okay? Hey, man, there's been some priceless knowledge yourself, man. If y'all fuck with me, man, please like, share, and subscribe, man. Hit that bell icon so you can get notified every time I drop something new, man. If y'all are interested in the astrological readings whatsoever, man, you know, you need to hit me up in the comments below or email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. By the way, man, if you got a reading from me, man, and you said I was on point, don't just tell me. I like to hear it, but y'all need to be telling other people, let them know that, hey, man, I'm the motherfucking truth. You hear me, cuz? Stop playing with me, y'all. Hey, also, man, thank to everybody that's looking, if you're waiting on a reading, I got you coming right on time, like I told you. If you're interested in any merch, you can hit me up in my email. If you want motherfucking, if you want, man, leave me alone. I'll be back in a minute.